Back with us. Dylan is a FC Edmonton goalkeeper, and he's going to be showing us a few goalkeeping skills. If you are new to this show, welcome. So every day at 12 and 4 p.m. we will come live and we will host a bit of training sessions. So last week we did actually a music class. We did some drumming, and then in the afternoon we had a little bit of fitness. So it was awesome. Dylan, thanks for joining us again. How are you doing?
Taking it day by day. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, it is. I feel like a lot of people have kind of reached their limits already. So this is kind of the reason why we're doing these videos. So maybe you can get a new fresh face after, seeing the same people in your home for such a long time. But what are you going to be showing us today?
We're going to be elaborating a little bit more on some of the goalkeeping stuff we did, as well as a little bit of footwork.
Awesome. Okay. It got a little frozen. Hopefully Dylan comes back. Hey.
I can see you.
You can see me? Did you hear anything that I said while we were frozen a little bit?
I heard everything, yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, this is like this hour. I don't know what it is about 12 p.m. Like, I don't know if everyone just comes on at 12 p.m., but it's been kind of like kind of wild with the internet. So hopefully it doesn't freeze anymore because the picture is pretty clear right now. Yeah. It's just for a moment. Okay, well, let's get started on the session. I have my ball. Unfortunately, I don't have gloves, but that's okay. And then, yeah, I'm going to follow along with you. So Let's do this.
Get going. Okay, so everybody, all you're going to just need just a little bit of space and a ball. If you have your gloves, you can put your gloves on again. But we're just going to get going with a little bit of a foot warm-up. It's very important for goalies to be able to use their feet just as much as any outfield player. So just as a quick warm-up, we're starting with the ball on our right foot. We're just going back and forth for 20 reps. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to need just a little space where we can hit the ball against, maybe a piece of the wall if your parents are okay with that. We're just going to go for right foot only, 15 passes. 10, 11. Focusing on leaning over the ball, trying to keep the ball from bouncing too much. 14, 15. Okay, give everybody a second to catch up. Then we're going to work on the left foot. It's very important that we strike the ball in the middle of the ball with our foot coming up and not straight across so we don't catch under the ball and make the ball bounce like that, okay? So 15 on the left foot. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Now we're going to go back. We're going to do that whole set, everything one more time, okay? So once again, 20, back and forth, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? Give everybody one quick second to catch up. So one thing that we did work on last week was that set position. So that's the feet shoulder width apart, leaning forward. My screen's going black. Leaning forward with our hands out ready, okay? So that happens, and we work from that position even while we pass, okay? So it's very important that we're here, pass, set, set. So let's work on getting in that set position before every single pass, okay? We're going to go for 15 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Set, pass, set, pass. When we go to make a save, when we go to make a pass, when we go to get the ball from across, everything happens from this single set position right here. This is the most athletic position that we can be in right now, okay? So last one here, and then we'll move on from the foot warm up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Last one, then we're moving on. 15. And good. Okay. So that's our foot warm up. So just a really quick recap. Super important that we hit the ball right in the middle and with the instep of our foot. Okay. If we hit it too far off the toe, we might catch under the ball, get a little bit of backspin on it. What we're looking for is to keep that ball as smooth along the ground as we possibly can. Okay. So that concludes the foot warm up aspect of it.
That's awesome. So I was just noticing while you're doing your passing, what I see kids struggling with is this getting into the set position. They don't, right? Like they try to
Yeah.
hit the ball wherever they end up landing, they try to hit it and you get these like crazy passes. But what I notice when you do is you have this little hop, right? Or it's like you're on your toes.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the kids don't adjust themselves. They always go right back to their balls of the feet, right?
Yeah.
They go flat-footed, and I think it's really important that we mention that you always have to stay on your toes, and there's that little hop of just like adjusting to where you need to be to meet the ball. That was good. Yeah, so what are we gonna go into next? I was just doing it against my bed. It's so noisy. I got a noise complaint. Like, what are you doing in there? Playing.
Okay, so we're just going to work on one of the drills that we did last week, but it's also going to work on that set position that we just talked about. So once again, you're just going to need the ball and a little bit of space. So we're just working here. So we're going to go start on our toes, and then when I say stop, we're going to bounce the ball and catch it in our set position, okay? So once again, it's very important, see if that we're not flat-footed here, not on our heels, not leaning backwards. It's very, very important that we're just on the balls of our feet, little bit of room underneath the heel, and we're just hopping. So when we hop, it's not straight leg, knees are bent, and every time we land, we absorb some of the energy and push it back, okay? So once again, avoiding this, here, absorb, push, okay? So let's get going. Remember, ball in your hand. This is the time to put the gloves on if you have them. So we're here. 3, 2, 1, go. Catch. Okay? So making sure, let me change the angle of my camera here just a smidge. Making sure that when we're setting, this is how we're setting, okay? So everything is leaning forward, a little bit of space underneath the heel, knees bent. And remember, another big thing, arms are not straight out, but they're also not too close, okay? So once again, going together. 3, 2, 1, bounce, catch, okay? So here's the side view of what it looks like. Leaning forward, space under the heel, okay? I'm gonna go for 5 more. And 3, 2, 1, bounce, catch. Okay, gonna go again. And 3, 2, 1, bounce, catch. Okay, another big thing that we're trying to avoid is catching the ball on top, okay? We're still trying to get that nice triangle shape with our hands, not too far away where the hands are around the ball. We still need to be able to make sure that they're a little bit behind, not so much on top. You want to secure the ball as the ball's coming to you, catching it the opposite direction, okay? So we got a couple more here. If my screen stops going black. Okay, we'll go for, let's say 3 more, okay? 3, 2, 1, bounce, catch. Okay, 2 more. 3, 2, 1, bounce, catch. Okay, and last one. 3, make this the best one. 3, 2, 1, bounce, catch. Okay, that's all we have for that one. Making sure, again, everything comes from that set position, passing, crossing, especially the saves, because that's going to be able to help us move side to side very quickly if we need to. Can't quite hear you.
I unmuted me.
Nope.
There we go.
Perfect.
So I have a question. Is there a way that we can work on set position without like bouncing the ball? Like if we just throw it up in the air and then getting into our set position, is there a way that we can challenge ourselves there?
Yeah, definitely. We can work on that in the next exercise for sure. One thing that we can do, and it's going to challenge us a little bit. So now we're going to work on hopping on one foot. Okay, so getting there from a little bit more of an awkward stance. Okay, so now we're here. Now, so when we throw the ball up, we have to time our jump and our set. So we're catching the ball as it's coming down. So we want to avoid this. We want the ball to come down and catch it just in that normal spot where any shot would come, okay? So we're here, 1 foot, up, set. We see that? So we're not catching the ball as it goes up. We're catching the ball as it's coming down right in the middle of our chest, trying to time that jump in that set position, okay? So we're going to go for, let's go for 5 each foot, okay? So right foot, ready, 3, 2, 1, up, time it, down. Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1, up, time it, down. Oops, through. Sorry, Mom. 2, 1, up, down. Okay, go for one more. 3, 2, 1, up, down. Okay, we'll do 4 quick ones on the left, and then we'll move on. Okay. 3, 2, 1, up, down. 3, 2, 1, up, down. 2 more. 3, 2, 1, up, down. And last one. 2, 1, up, down. Okay? So, just working on getting from an awkward stance into that set position as easily as possible.
That's awesome. That was good. I feel like, do you have any tips for someone who, I feel like my hand, I almost was gonna like hit the computer with the ball because I like as soon as it lands, I want to come to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like I almost like lost it a little bit. So, any tips for people with small hands and like the ball's so big?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing for catching is not having like stiff hands. Like if I go like this, you can see that my hands are very flat right now, like a wall. So it's going to bounce off very easily. Okay. So what we're trying to do is when the ball is coming towards us, we're trying to have our arms out and we're almost absorbing some of that energy. Okay. So it's not like it's just hitting a wall and stopping. The ball's coming around and bringing it in a little bit, okay? The next thing is you want to maximize the surface area of your hand, okay? So if you have your hands very close together, this space right here, even though it's very small, you're covering the same spot, I guess you could say, with, so you want to extend those hands out a little bit. And just by doing that, you're going from here to there. Okay, and now you can just see how much of my hand is actually around the ball. But we have to find that happy medium between there and there, because this is obviously a problem. Okay, and another thing is make sure our elbows aren't super tucked in. This is going to help get our hands apart. So if we're like this, put your arms out, and then just a little bit of space between the underneath of your arm and the inside of your rib cage. Okay, so once again, just like that, and absorbing some of that energy. Okay.
That's actually awesome. Did you guys ever do like, I feel like you kind of just have to play around with the ball and start like feeling where you're comfortable? Because I know, like you said, when I'm so close, this is so awkward.
Yeah, it
I'm
is,
like,
for sure.
right? And then I just slowly start feeling it out, and I'm like, okay, this feels pretty comfortable here. My arms aren't really flapping; they're down. And then, did you guys ever do like a test where it's like, you know, you smash it down, and it's kind of like just trying to figure out where you're your strongest? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of spacing with fingers and everything.
Yeah, a lot of that just comes from like 100 shots being fired at you and just
Practice,
finding that happy spot. It's nothing that you can really practice one specific thing on, because there's so many moving parts. Even just for like a normal catch, it's which way your weight is going. It's your toes. It's how you're leaning forward. If your arms are too far out, there's so many moving pieces. So you just need to practice all of them together, and just get as many shots as you can on you.
From all different directions, all different speeds, height, everything. Yeah.
Everything, yeah.
That's awesome. I feel pretty good though on here. Awesome. So yeah, What's next, Dylan?
We got a couple more things that we can do. So this is a little bit of, it's almost like a little bit of fitness with the core and a little bit of handling with the ball. So you're going to just need a little space on the floor. So once again, just some ball handling, but also a little bit of core work, okay? So up in a V-sit. If you need, you can put your feet, makes it a little bit easier, up on the wall. That's going to take away some of the stress on your lower back and your core. And we're just going to go over, under, okay? So this is the time where it's really important that we try to cup the ball as much as possible because we only have one hand to catch with, okay? So we don't want the big straight fingers. We want nice and curved shape of the ball, okay? So we're here, throwing it under, over, okay? So a little bit of fitness for everybody at home too. I know it's impossible to get to a gym right now. We're under, over, okay? So we're gonna go for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? Now, we're going to go the opposite way, okay? So if you were going under with this hand first, you're going to go under this time, over on the other side now, okay? Just getting that feeling for the ball. We're not going to start our 8 yet. Get a couple practice rounds in. Under. Shape of the ball. Catching it, shape of the ball, okay? So important. Okay, we're going to start our 8 now, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8, and good, okay? So we're going to do one more set of that. We're going to only do 5 this time, okay? I know I'm getting tired, so maybe some people at home are getting tired too. Okay, so we're going to go back to the first direction we were going. So left hand for me is going under, right hand is over. We're going to go for 5, okay? Feet back up on the wall, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now opposite way. Give everybody a second to catch up. So now for me, it's going to be the right hand is going under, left hand is going over. There we go. Keep going. I can see it.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I know.
I can't even throw the ball anymore. That was good.
Okay, so now we're going the opposite way, okay? For 5. 1.
Go ahead.
Which way did I go? I can't remember which way I went. Okay, just do 5 the opposite way.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, good work, everybody. I know that one can be a little tiring. We have one more drill that we can do after. That hopefully won't be such a stress on our bodies. So
that was good. That's a good way to just pass the time while you do some ab workouts.
Exactly. Everybody's going to be ripped by the time this is all over.
I know. Yeah, that's super good. I like that one actually. Can you actually show us another ab one with the ball? Is there? I know there's another one. Maybe
yeah,
with
for
the
sure.
partner or with the wall.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just going to use this beam that's right here for me. Okay. Might have to ask the parents if there's a little wall we can borrow. We're not going to damage it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to sit. Okay. This one you can keep your feet on the ground. So we're going to be working mainly the abdominals and some of the obliques. So we're throwing it up, down, okay, down, and down. So now again, if you want to challenge yourself even further, you can put your feet up and down, or if you want to once again challenge yourself even further, keep the feet up but not touching anything, okay? So here. But now the important thing here is that it's not just an ab exercise. We're still working on catching that ball properly as it bounces off whatever you're bouncing it on, okay? You get to do a couple of these with me?
Sure, I'll do it. I'm like, I need to ask my parents if I can
Mom, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't mind the noise.
Sorry, I'll pay.
I'm gonna do the really hard one.
The really hard one.
My
Okay.
leg not touching.
I'll do that one. I'll try to do that.
I'm gonna try.
So how about we go for?
Oh, I already started.
Let's do 14, 7 each side. Okay. I gotta catch. Give me a sec. I'm filming footy, Mom. Sorry. Everybody knows that I live at home with kids. Okay, and done. Before my parents kill me. Okay, but everybody hopefully feels that ab workout. I know I sure do.
You know what I loved about that is that because after you get so tired, I realized that you start losing your form.
Absolutely.
Like I realized I'm not even catching. I'm just like, I don't even care at this point. But it's the best time to work on your form because when you get into a game, you're gonna be tired.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you can't go play for 60 minutes and then be like, I'm tired and expect to make a good catch. You always have to make good catches, regardless.
Exactly.
So,
and a good thing to add to that also is that like we only have maybe 6 or 7. If you're at my level, you only have about 6 or 7 times where you need to be making a save in a game. So all that other time, the ball is in the midfield or it's out of bounds or something like that. So it's so important that even if you don't get a shot for 30 minutes, that you're still mentally sharp and ready to go. So that's a good way to test that. When you're tired, you still have to be practicing the right things.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really good. I enjoyed that one. That was fun. What else can we do? What else can we work on?
We got one more thing. Okay, so now this isn't so much core. This is a little bit of upper body strength. So it's like almost like a push-up. Okay, so we're gonna do with a soccer ball. We're down. Okay, so working on some shoulder stability as well. So we're here, hand on the ball. We're gonna go down for a push-up, up, and switch it to the other side. Okay. Think we can do it?
Oh, I don't know. I can try.
You can try. We'll go for a small number to start. How about we'll try to do 6, and if that's too easy, then we'll move up. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna do this. Oof. Yeah, I did like 30 push-ups last week. I should be golden.
Yeah, this is just a little bit more difficult. So also it's helping us find that shape for the ball with our rounded hand, but also working on that upper body strength and that shoulder stability, which is going to come in handy for if we ever get to a throwing session, which we probably won't. But let's get outside for it, okay? So ready? Hand on the ball. If you need to make this easier, you can also go on your knees and do it and have the knees touching the ground, straight up, straight down. If you want to challenge yourself, it's just like a normal push-up, okay? We ready? So we're going to go for 6, 3 each side. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Roll it over.
Oh, we're switching every time after each push-up. Okay.
Every time, yeah. Last one for me. Okay. There we go. Keep going.
I hope no one can see me shaking. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That was a good one, actually.
We'll do a quick shakeout here. Why do we look so long on this video right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go for a set of 4, okay? And then we're gonna call it a session. Good?
Good.
All right. Now, if you want to challenge yourself further again, you can go both hands on the ball and you can go for a push-up like this, okay? That's not something I'm going to do, but if you want to do that, that's the next level as well, okay? So we're going to go for 4, rolling the ball back and forth, and then we're going to call it a day, okay? Ready?
All right.
Here we go. Yeah. Keep going. Woohoo!
Oh, you're already done.
And nice. Good finish.
That was
Good
tough.
finish.
So the one thing that is underworked is my arms as a soccer player.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need arms, but
Maybe the
you
players don't,
totally do.
but
It's a
it's
myth, kids. You need to work out your arms
need to
if
work out
you're
everything.
any kind of athlete, soccer player, definitely.
Soccer, yeah, a lot of
Ah,
soccer players don't think that goalies have to be fit either, but
that too.
yeah,
No.
we just work different muscle groups. We work a lot of strength training, whereas maybe some players work more agility for sure because we don't do as much running, but
Yeah, but
important.
definitely. That was super awesome. Thank you so much for guiding us through that session.
Sure.
So, can we like recap on everything that we did? So, the first one, we just did our warm up, which
Yeah,
is simple 20, I guess. I don't even know what you would call them,
yeah,
side
the
to
side to
side.
sides and the one touch passing, I guess. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
important that goalies have the way that the game is changing. You watch teams like Liverpool or Man City, the goalkeeper's involved in everything coming from the back. So that's probably the thing nowadays that I'd say kids need to work on the most. I mean, a lot of kids can make saves, but I see a lot of kids that still struggle to play with their feet or they just kick the ball out. So it might seem silly to be doing that, but I promise you it's not. Or even if you have some space in the backyard, go outside and juggle. That's a huge thing too that helped me a lot. Yeah,
Yeah. Ball control, right?
100%.
Well, like, just imagining how many balls come up in the air and you just instead of taking this easy catch, you can actually control it with your feet and then continue the play and advance the play much quicker. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I feel like back when I was a kid, it was like, "Oh, you don't have good feet skills? Be a
Yeah,
goalie."
yeah, exactly.
Right? And it is changing. The game's changing now. A lot of goalies are coming out and being almost the last man back versus just being a goalie. So,
Exactly.
I totally agree with that. So, the warm up, definitely important. And then we went into just our hands and our set position,
Hands in set position. Yeah,
um, and just, like, being on our toes, I think is super important.
yeah, it is.
Um, yeah. What else did we do with our set position? We made sure we set our hands like this.
Hands, yeah. But the big thing also is just the weight,
Uh,
making sure we're not on our heels, making sure that we're leaning forward. And if we get into an outdoor session, I can show you why that's important. But it's important that everything that we do in terms of a save or a dive, we're doing it at a forward angle. So we're not diving straight to the side. We're not diving backwards. We're trying to cut off the angle of the shot as much as we can to give ourselves the advantage. And we can't do
Right.
that if we're on our heels or if we need to go out and challenge for a ball 1v1 against a player. We can't do that if we're leaning backwards. So everything that we do when you set, when you're in your little hopping phase, always on your toes, always leaning forward.
Awesome. That's awesome. And then we went into the core, which was worked on a
It,
lot of our hand.
yeah,
That was fun. I'm not gonna lie, I could probably do that forever. I love core stuff and just
yeah.
the ball was distracting because it
Mhm.
was like I'm more focused on catching this ball and focused on my hands than, you know,
Yeah.
the workout my core is getting, but I like that.
Yeah, there's
That
a
was
lot
really
of
good.
times in the game where goalies have to focus on more than one thing at a time. So that's a good point. Where it's like the ball is going to be crossed in, so you have to not only look at the ball and track the ball, you have to be able to look into the middle and see where all of the players are quickly, make sure our defense is organized. So that's a good
Get
method.
into your set position, get into the position that you're best gonna be able to
Yeah,
intercept that cross or whatever.
yeah,
Totally.
we've got a lot of things to worry about for sure. So that's a good mental exercise as well.
That's awesome. Cool. And then the last thing we just, worked on was, our upper strength.
Flexed our muscles a little bit.
Yeah, flexed a little bit. I really love that. I think I'm gonna try to work up to the point where I can do it with, the ball,
Yeah,
like both hands on the
on
ball.
the ball.
I
Yeah.
I got down. I just couldn't get back up. But that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dylan, for joining us again. I think we're gonna try to have you here on Free Footy about once a week.
Cool.
so that we can just continuously progress all of our goalkeepers and our soccer players out there that are watching. But we did chat. Dylan and I chatted a little bit, and he said that he had some goalie gloves. And we would love, love, love to share these goalie gloves with our kids out there. So if you like and share this video with all your other friends and family members, we are going to choose a winner to receive some DYLON POWLEY goalie gloves. So share and like this post, and then we will select a winner and we will send these goalie gloves to you. Dylan will make sure they're disinfected, they're packed up nicely, and they're safe for you to put on at home. And then, yeah, so share and like this post, and then we'll send those goalie gloves to you. That's awesome, Dylan. Thank you so much for that.
Of course. Thank you for having me again.
Awesome. So guys, thank you guys for joining us. Like I said in the beginning, we are going to be live at 12 and 4 p.m. We're going to be doing training sessions. Coming up at 4 p.m., we have Melanie from Inferno Fitness who's going to be doing Pound Fit. So grab your wooden spoons, grab some drumsticks, and we're going to make some noise and get fit. Thank you, Dylan. We'll see you guys all out there. Have a great, great rest of your day. See ya.
See you guys.